Voices at the Woodbrook Presbyterian Primary School.
But this is a hip-hop reggae matic collaboration. Smurf and verse Ital out of the Twin Island Nation. Ha.
Stephen Wilson, nice to meet you. Thanks, very nice to have you on the program. And thanks a lot for all the good music that you're doing. Let's start first of all with your name, Verse Ital. Can you just give us an idea of where you got the name and what does it mean?
The name is just a spin off the word versatile. I like the word versatile because that's how my music is intended to be.
How would you describe your music if you were to put it in a particular genre?
I'll definitely put it in the reggae music genre. But reggae music in itself has many subgenres. There's roots, there's dancehall, there's the more contemporary feel, there's the mix with hip hop, which is the area I like a lot too, to mix with the hip hop, you know, because I had a lot of influence in Philadelphia.
So would you say that that is the genre that you approach the music, the reggae music from?
Yeah, more than not. I like roots also. I love the roots, you know. The roots is real nice, real good feeling music.
And from a personal point of view, you know, you could have done anything. You probably could have been an astronaut if you wanted to be. I mean, and you're still a young man, so you could still do it. But what made you decide to not pursue your academic and your mathematical inclinations and to really develop your music?
Well, in doing my research on actuaries, I saw they had to be very focused and very one-dimensional almost. No offense to any actuaries out there who are being, you know, diverse and versatile. But I wanted to spend a lot of time doing my music also, and I felt like I had something to say. If I didn't have a conscious message, I don't think I would have took so much time out of my life to try and relay the message.
Let's talk a little bit about that, the conscious message that you have. Who's it directed to and what are you really trying to say? And then we're going to take a sample.
I'm trying to make, on the young people, I want to set a bar of goodness. That goodness is the way. You know, through goodness you will find your happiness, you will find your peace, you will find success. You know, through goodness. Because it's so glorified that badness is the way, you know. So I'm just trying to bring goodness into their forefront.
Do you find that your message is reaching young people in particular who seem so impressed by, I wouldn't say badness, but by artists? I mean, not to say anything negative against Weezy and some of the others who kind of promote a more bad boy gangster style.
Yeah. The message is getting across, but some help is needed from the media. You know, in terms of like what kind of music is promoted, it's definitely the bad music that's promoted a lot more than the good music, the good messages. I don't know what's the reason for it, but it's definitely evident.
It certainly can't be that the bad music is better from a musical standpoint of musical quality and so on.
No, it's definitely not that. That's definitely not the reason. So that's why I'm also trying to speak to the leaders in my music, so that they can see the need to encourage this goodness, you know, to bring about a change in the arts. They need to invest in the arts, you know, and invest in the conscious arts, as you say.
Now, you're from Trinidad, and the music of Trinidad is known as kaiso, soca, chutney. How do you feel, and what kind of reception do you get? And I know you've traveled to Europe, you've toured different parts of the world. When they find a Trinidadian artist singing music that is normally associated with Jamaica?
They're not surprised at all, right? Because I'm not the first. You know, thanks. There's Marley, Jam Melody, Queen Omega, who made a huge impact in Europe. Not many people know that, but Queen Omega is very well known in Europe. So they've kind of paved the way so that artists like me is not so much of an eye raise anymore. It's like, oh, a Trinidad reggae artist, come and sing. We know what y'all can do. This song is really a message to the musicians, actually, to let righteousness be the blueprint of your music. You know, even if you want to send a message that's, you know, to have fun, let there still be some kind of message of righteousness in the music. So this is one's really for the musicians, you know.
Beautiful. Okay, righteousness is the blueprint.
Hey, when I bet I know, when I bet I know. Yeah, righteousness is the blueprint. We used to build our music, structure the sound firm to the ground, but smooth and soothing. Righteousness is the blueprint that we use to build our music, structure the sound firm to the ground, but smooth and soothing. 'Cause that's how we do it. Do it, there's no secret to it. Do it, it's that kind of music. To abuse it, that would be foolish, stupid. I will not pollute it, My dreams I'm pursuing, pursue it. Got nothing to prove, but everything to lose, so I gotta make movements, yeah. So Mr. Selector, turn up the big speaker. Let me bust up in the dance like a hot pepper. Microphone stepper, Trinidad rapper. But me got to keep it charming like Robert Nesta, and encourage the youths them to do better, to put their work first and then leisure, and never forget life is a gift to be treasured. Righteousness is the blueprint we use to build our music, structure the sound firm to the ground but smooth.
Righteousness, yeah man, beautiful, yeah. Beautiful, yeah. You've been listening to Stephen Wilson, Stephen Wilson, better known as Verse Ital. Watch out for him. He's a young man who's got a serious message, and he is going to be making a big difference in our culture as we move forward. Stephen, Verse Ital, give thanks very much for being with us this afternoon, and God bless you and all your work.
Thank you very much.
We hope that you enjoyed this evening's show, where we looked at the challenges facing broadcasters to ensure that intellectual property rights are protected, both those rights of artists and of content producers from abroad that we feature here locally, and that our local artists and our local producers, their material, their intellectual property is protected. There has to be some degree of reciprocity. Again, we want to study this closely because it has tremendous implications, both economic and cultural, for our society. We also want to thank Nadella Riley and Diana Mahabir Wyatt for the work that they're doing, their commitment to working with our children, to protecting us, and to protecting our children by raising the level of consciousness through the arts about child abuse and that danger that threatens our children in society. We thank also Stephen Wilson, a.k.a. Verse Ital, for the positive work he's doing, making a difference through his lyrics and through his message with our young people. We close now with Bob Marley, the legendary Caribbean and international icon, performing at the Amandla Festival of Unity in 1979. When the heart is filled with good thoughts and good feelings, all that comes out of the senses, our speech, our vision, our action, will be pure. And that's what we need to exemplify, embody in our behavior for our children. Let friends who missed it know that they can catch this episode of Making a Difference right here on TV6 on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Stay tuned next Saturday when we go to Rancho Quemado to speak with the Council of Elders of the Warao people. That's the First Nation of Trinidad and Tobago, then known as Irie, who have been occupying this land for 7,000 years. We'll hear what they have to say and what what Harvard University and the United Nations have already recognized that perhaps we don't know. I'm Felipe Noguera. Thanks for viewing. God bless you and good night.
Them really
music.